Thanks to Sophia Arabella, Mr. Bulldops, Frederico Martins, and Donuts with Sprinkles for subscribing. Also, my neighbor Molly likes my videos and wanted a shout out, so here it is. Also, also, thank you so much for 70 subscribers. It's really appreciated. This year's WWDC was by far the most disappointing in a while. Hey, but at least we have Craig looking like a sexy beast riding in his Corvette or whatever the heck it is. Now, I'm sure a few people are yelling at me and like, well, the rumors, they probably wouldn't come true because WWDC is a software event for the developers. Then why didn't they, focus on the developer stuff more? Sure, they talked about Swift Playgrounds a little bit when talking about the iPad, but most of the Xcode stuff was left till last. And that's only 5 minutes out of a nearly 2-hour presentation. If it's meant for developers, it's the Worldwide Developers Conference. Why not focus on development for the big keynote? But sure, yeah, there's a whole nother week of classes and stuff that's going on for WWDC. Well, it's not talking about any new stuff. So, why? That's the whole point of the keynote. It's talking about new software and stuff. But it's of course mainly focusing towards developers. But yes, they of course also update macOS and whatever else, and iOS, iPadOS. But they probably should be spending more time than just 5 minutes talking about developers in a development conference. Even Craig said that developers are
the heart and soul of WWDC.
Complaining aside, how was the event really? Well, of course, we started off with that cringy intro. That was horrific. And then, besides that, let's just go into iOS, shall we? As usual, iOS started the show, and a lot of the features that were covered in here really applied to everything else over the course of the conference, so most of the stuff I'm going to be mentioning here, applies to everything. But anyways, the beginning of it was mostly talking about FaceTime and some advancements to the home screen, but we'll just focus on FaceTime right now. Now we can share screens, and while on a call, we can also share music and video. And the other thing we can do now is we can send FaceTime links, which allow us to other people that are on PCs and Android devices to go into a FaceTime meeting. And they've also decided to do some stuff with the audio. The first being noise cancellation, so it focuses more on your voice, and I don't know if that's going to work as well as it sounds, but it sounds cool. And the other thing is that there's now spatial audio included, so you can see where you see people on the screen. That's where, in terms of headphones or speakers, that's where the sound should be coming from. It seems weird, and I definitely wouldn't use it, but okay. And one of the other things I talked about was a focus, which is basically sort of a status in iMessage, sort of like a Discord one. But it also works in conjunction with Do Not Disturb, and it seems like it would be a good idea, so make sure people don't talk to you and get less notifications and whatever. So, that's also neat, and yeah, there really wasn't too much, although that live text thing, that actually looked pretty cool, but I just don't know when or where it would be very useful. And of course, we come to macOS. What is it? I can't remember. Craig, can you please remind me? Oh yes, macOS Monterey. Now, not like Big Sur, it wasn't a big change to the look or feel of the operating system. It was more of just smaller tweaks. And this included, of course, Safari, and it allows for better security, and also some backgrounds of websites blown to the top of the taskbar, which is pretty cool. And speaking of which, they're kind of really using anymore, because now each tab is its own search bar. Weird, right? But I see how it would make sense. And of course, we had the main star of the show for basically the entire conference, universal control. You can use your mouse and keyboard from your Mac or your iPad, put one of the devices next to each other, and you can use those peripherals with each other simultaneously, it seems like with very little lag. And you can drag and drop things across, and you can also have it with 3 devices. That's an iMac, let's say a MacBook Pro, and an iPad Pro, or however, even a Mac Mini. And you can just simultaneously and effortlessly just drag an item across all 3 devices, and it looks amazing. But the sad thing is, it's probably only limited to M1 devices. Too bad. So, I guess I'm stuck with my 2010 Mac Pro to stick in a thumb drive and copy things over. Oh no. But anyways, this is actually a really cool update and change, something that it was a really good idea. Sure, other people have done it before using paid programs, but this is free, so that's cool. That's it. That's the end of the video. There's nothing else to see here. Why are you still here? Get out! I mean, if you want to see more of me, you should subscribe, I guess. I mean, literally only 0.04% of people that watch me are actually subscribed. Or just stay tuned for my E3 coverage next week. Goodbye.